Once upon a time, in a kingdom surrounded by glistening rivers and lush meadows, there lived a little princess named Bella. Bella wasn't just beautiful on the outside with her sparkling sapphire eyes and golden hair. She had a heart full of warmth and kindness. She loved all living things, animals, plants, and people alike, and believed that kindness was the most powerful magic of all. Bella lived in the grand castle of Luminara, a towering structure adorned with colorful gems that shimmered in the sunlight. Her days were filled with lessons in royal etiquette, music, and painting. But her favorite activity was spending time in the castle gardens, where she would care for the flowers, feed the animals, and talk to the gardeners and helpers. One day, the kingdom fell under a mysterious curse. The rivers started to dry up, the flowers wilted, and the once vibrant meadows turned gray. People in the village grew worried, and their hearts were filled with fear and despair. Bella, however, was determined to restore happiness and life to her kingdom. She went to her father, King Alaric, and said, "Father, we must do something. The kingdom is losing its light, and the people are losing their hope." King Alaric sighed, his face weary. "My dear Bella, we've sent our finest knights to search for a solution, but they've returned empty-handed. The old sages say only a pure heart can break this curse." Bella's eyes sparkled with determination. "Then I must try. Please let me go, Father." Though the king was hesitant, he couldn't deny the bravery and determination in Bella's heart. He gave her a small pouch of provisions, a glowing crystal for protection, and her faithful pony, Stardust. The journey begins. Bella set off early the next morning, her heart filled with hope. As she rode through the village, she stopped to greet the villagers and assure them that she would do everything in her power to save their home. Her kindness uplifted their spirits, and they cheered her on as she continued her journey. The first stop on her quest was the Whispering Forest, a place known for its ancient trees and magical creatures. As Bella ventured deeper, she heard soft cries coming from behind a cluster of bushes. She dismounted Stardust and carefully approached the sound. To her surprise, she found a tiny squirrel with a broken leg. "Oh, you poor thing," Bella whispered, gently scooping the squirrel into her hands. She tore a strip from her scarf and wrapped it around the squirrel's leg like a bandage. "There you go. You'll be better soon." The squirrel looked up at Bella with grateful eyes and chattered softly. Suddenly, the forest seemed to brighten, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves. Bella felt a surge of warmth in her heart, as if the forest itself was thanking her. The River of Reflection. Bella continued her journey until she reached the River of Reflection. But the riverbed was dry, and its once crystal waters had vanished. She sat on a rock, pondering her next move, when a shadow passed over her. Looking up, she saw a majestic swan gliding toward her, its feathers as white as snow. The swan spoke in a soft, melodious voice, "Kind princess, I am the guardian of the river. The waters have dried because the heart of the kingdom has been clouded with fear and sadness. Only pure kindness can restore the flow." Bella bowed her head respectfully. "Guardian, please guide me." How can I help?" The swan replied, "Beyond the hills lies the Cave of Echoes, where the essence of kindness is hidden. It will test your heart, but if you succeed, the river will flow again." The Cave of Echoes. With Stardust by her side, Bella made her way to the Cave of Echoes. It was a dark and ominous place, its entrance lined with jagged rocks. Undeterred, Bella stepped inside, her crystal illuminating the way. The cave whispered to her, "What makes a heart truly kind?" Bella thought for a moment before answering, "A kind heart is selfless. It brings joy to others without expecting anything in return." Suddenly, the cave walls shimmered, and a path appeared before her. She followed it until she reached a chamber filled with mirrors. Each mirror reflected a different version of herself, some happy, some sad, and some frightened. A voice echoed, "To unlock the essence of kindness, you must face your own fears and doubts. Which reflection shows your true self?" Bella approached a mirror where she saw herself comforting a crying child. She touched the mirror and said, "This is my true self, for I find joy in helping others." The mirror dissolved into a pool of light, revealing a glowing orb. Bella took the orb, and the cave rumbled as if in approval. She quickly made her way out and returned to the river. As soon as she placed the orb into the riverbed, water began to flow once more, clear and sparkling. The villagers nearby cheered as life returned to the land, spreading kindness. Bella didn't stop there. She traveled to every corner of the kingdom, spreading kindness wherever she went. She helped an old woman carry firewood, shared her food with a hungry traveler, and sang lullabies to soothe restless children. Each act of kindness seemed to lift the curse a little more, and the kingdom slowly regained its former beauty. Word of Bella's deeds spread far and wide, and soon the entire kingdom was inspired by her actions. People began helping one another, sharing what they had, and spreading joy. The final challenge. One day, Bella received news of an old, lonely sorceress living atop the misty mountain. It was said that she was the one who had cast the curse after feeling neglected and unloved by the kingdom. Bella knew she had to meet the sorceress. The climb was steep and treacherous, but Bella didn't falter. When she finally reached the summit, she found the sorceress sitting by a fire, her face lined with sadness. "Why have you come, child?" the sorceress asked, her voice filled with bitterness. "I've come to understand your pain and to show you that you are not alone," Bella said softly. "No one should feel forgotten." Bella reached out and held the sorceress's hand. Tears filled the sorceress's eyes as she felt the warmth of Bella's touch. The icy walls around her heart melted, and she lifted the curse with a wave of her hand. A kingdom restored. With the curse broken, the kingdom flourished once more. The rivers sparkled, the meadows bloomed, and the people's laughter filled the air. King Alaric embraced his daughter with pride, and the villagers celebrated with a grand feast. From that day on, Bella was known not only as the beautiful little princess, but also as the kind-hearted queen. She taught her people that the true power of a kingdom lies not in its riches or strength, but in the kindness and love shared among its people. And so, Bella's legacy lived on, proving that kindness is the most magical power of all. The end.